In lesson 5.3, we're going to talk about how to find the area of a triangle that is not a right triangle and one that we don't have an altitude for. We don't know. So normally, like in elementary school, we did area of a triangle as 1/2 base times height. So I would know the base of, say, this triangle, but I wouldn't know the height. So what if I don't have a height? Well, then it's going to require some trigonometry. So you're going to use sine in order to find the area. So here are our area equations. If we don't have a right triangle and we don't know the height. So if you want to pause the video and record those real quick. And then in example 1, we're going to draw triangle ABC, and let's label with the information that they give you. So my angle A is 71 degrees, and side B is 13, and side C is 15. So those go opposite of whatever angle it is. And they want the area of this. So in order to find the area, you're going to take 1/2. Since I have angle A, we're going to use this first equation. So it'd be 1/2 BC sine of A. So if I have angle A, I have to have sides B and C. I have to have the sides right next to A, the adjacent sides. So side B is 13. Side C is 15. And sine of angle A, which is 71 degrees. So since we're in degrees, make sure your calculator is in degrees. And then type that in. So instead of 1/2, if you want to do 0.5 so that you don't mess up your fraction, so times 13 times 15 times the sine of 71, and I get 92.2. 92.2. And you could put units squared if you want, or it doesn't say anything about the units, so you can just leave it alone. That's example 1. So let's do example 2. We have triangle HPJ. Label your sides. H is 5, P is 7, J is 11. And I want the area. Now, we got to figure out which one are we going to use. So which angle do we have? And they didn't give me any angles. So that means I have to go back to law of cosines, lesson 5.2, and use one of my angle equations in order to find one of those angles. So let's say I want to use this top one and just pick out an angle to solve for. I recommend always choose the smallest angle. So 5 is my smallest side, so H has to be my smallest angle. So I'm going to find H first. So cosine of H equals, so following this formula, that if I use H, then it'll be negative H squared in the equation. And then all my B's and C's will be the other two letters. So that'll be P and J for the other ones. So that's the formula I'll use to find angle H. So let's fill in the information. So it'll be 7 squared plus 11 squared minus 5 squared over 2 times 7 times 11. And you're going to put parentheses around the numerator, parentheses around the denominator, and let's type that in. Close your parentheses, hit divide. Open up a new set of parentheses, 2 times 7 times 11. Close your parentheses, hit equals. You're going to get a decimal, and make sure you do the inverse cosine of that decimal. So we're going to take the inverse cosine of 0.942. So if I do second cosine to get inverse of second answer of that answer, I get 19.7. for my H. But remember, that's not what they're asking. They want the area. So now that I know 19.7, now that I know angle H is the angle we're going to use, let's change our area equation to have an H in it. So if I put H for A, B and C are different, so that must be the other two letters. That must be P and J. So the area will be 1/2 P times J times the sine of H. So fill in those values. 1/2 side P is 7, side J is 11, sine of 19.7. So it'll be 0.5 for the 1/2 times 7 times 11 times the sine, make sure you're in degrees, 19.7 degrees, and I'm getting 12.98. 12.98 is my area. We can put units squared if you want, but it doesn't give you units, so it's not necessary.